classes is, but I teach regularly on Mondays at 7:30. There they are. Hi, folks. Come on in. And anyway, this is an all levels yoga class, so just do what you can. I know everybody's pretty busy this time of year, getting in the swing of things, so take rest when you need to. Do the best you can. You know, if you want to lay down and take a break, lay down and take a break. It's totally up to you. It's your practice. But when you're ready, we'll get started in Child's Pose, Bhavasana, please. You can bring your big toes to touch and your knees nice and wide, about max distance apart. Sit your hips back on your heels and let your forehead come down to rest on something. So if your head doesn't come all the way down to the floor, you could use one fist or two underneath it to support the weight of your head. And just let your arms relax to begin your practice. Let your elbows come down to the floor. Just take a moment right here. So I always like to start off my practice by just kind of switching gears a little bit. You know, you have this busy day, maybe you might have a busy night, but right now this is really your practice for you. This is your hour to give to yourself. So just check in with that. You know, let everything go that happened today or that's going to happen later. You can leave it outside the door, and you're more than welcome to pick it up on the way out or leave it in the home. And just kind of notice how your physical body is feeling today. You notice if there's tension, if there's tightness, if there's maybe some sore, achy spots, or whatever shows up for you. Just take a moment, just notice what's speaking the loudest to you right now. You don't have to do anything about it. You don't even really have to label it anything. Just start to notice. And start to notice your breath, your breathing. Start to breathe deeply in and out of your nose. Long, long, full breaths in. And empty, slow breaths out. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Fill up all the way to the very, very top of that breath and just hold it in at the top. Suspend the breath there. Maybe even sip in a little extra breath at the top. And then open your mouth and let it out with a sigh. Now start to make this a little bit more of an active child's pose. Start to reach your fingertips forward. So now your arms straighten. Now your elbows lift off of the mat. Your hands come to be about shoulder distance apart. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Start to press into the floor with your hands. Start to feel a little lift of your navel, a little lift of those low ribs. And then as you inhale, come on up to tabletop. Bring your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Just find a nice long spine to begin. We'll move through a few cat-cow stretches here. As you inhale, look up, lift your tailbone up. And as you exhale, tuck the tail, tuck the chin in. And do that again. Inhale to open the chest up, dropping the belly. And then exhale, pull the navel in and up. And do that again. Breath in slowly. Breath out slowly. Just one more time. Full breath in. Make this the deepest breath yet today. And then empty breath out. Make this the emptiest breath today. And then just find neutral, a nice long spine. Coming to a balancing table. Reach your right arm forward and your left leg back. Now, think about your belly button lifting up a little bit and those low ribs lifting up a little bit more. Now hold for one breath in. As you exhale, bring your elbow and knee to touch, round the spine. Inhale, lengthen out again. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, length. We're going to do that 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, breath out. Breath in. Come back to your tabletop and then come down onto your forearms. Now you're going to cross your hands across like you're holding onto opposite elbows here, but we're not really going to. And then step your feet back into a plank position. Now you're going to roll onto your right side. Bring your right knee to the floor, roll onto your right forearm, and lift your left arm up. And then that left leg can go straight and flex your foot to the side of your foot, edge of your foot's on the floor. Perfect to stay as you are. If you'd like a little bit more challenge, you could straighten that bottom leg as well, stacking one foot on top of the other. Perfect to stay right there, or if you'd like a little bit more challenge, you could lift the top leg up towards the ceiling. Wherever you are, still breathing. 5, 4, keep your hips lifted. 3, that's it. 2, come on back to your tabletop, and then Balasana, child's pose, where you begin. Nice wide knees here so that your belly and your ribs can kind of hang through. And just take a long breath or 2 right here. Not here forever. And then make it an active child's pose again. Lengthen the arms, press the hands down. Inhale, come back up to tabletop and just pause for the exhale. Couple of cat-cows again. Inhale to arch, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round it up. Just one more time. Inhale to open, shoulders back. And then exhale to round. Finding neutral, long spine, and then balancing table, other side. Left arm forward, right leg back. Again, draw the navel up, the belly button up, the ribs in. Stay for breath in. Exhale, elbow and knee touch, squeeze it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. 2 more times. Breath in. Breath out. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Back to table, back down to your forearms. We're going to do that same thing to the left. So reach across for your elbows, step your feet back, roll onto the left. Left knee might come down, right arm's going up. Perfect to stay like this, no problem. Added challenge, straighten the bottom leg so your feet stack, legs are together. Even more challenge, top leg lifts up. Breathe, 5, 4, 3, lift your hips up, whoop, maybe fall over, 2, and come back to your tabletop. And then this time, walk your hands forward just an inch or 2 and find Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, lifting your hips up and back. Just breathe here for a few deep breaths. But remember that first pose, that child's pose, you're more than welcome to come back to that shape anytime you need. If you want to catch your breath, if you want to give your wrists, your shoulders a break, whatever the case is, child's pose is there for you. You don't have to wait for me to offer it. Just take it when you need it. It's all good. And one more breath in here. One more breath out. Come on into ragdoll. Walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. Keep them about hips distance apart. And a nice bend in your knees to start your practice. Bend them enough that your belly actually rests on your thighs. And you can hold on to opposite elbows here. If this is too much for your lower back, you just lean your forearms on your thighs instead. If you're feeling a little extra flexy, you could reach around and hold on to the back of your legs. Just let the crown of your head
drop down. The very top of your head, heavy, it's dropping towards the floor. Your eyes are soft, jaw is soft, breath is deep. Take another inhale here. Just release the arms towards the floor as you exhale. We're going to come up about halfway to a lengthened spine. Lift the chest, bring your hands to wherever they land on your legs. Take another breath in right here. And then exhale to fold forward and relax your head down. Again, inhale, just lengthen the spine about halfway up. Then exhale to fold and release. One last time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now this time you're going to rise all the way up. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up overhead. And just bring your arms by your side as you exhale. Stay for one big breath in, get a little taller. And stay for the exhale. And reach your arms up overhead, breath in. Fold forward as you breathe out. Relax your head on the bottom. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Come up about halfway. And then just fold forward again as you exhale. Rise all the way back up. Inhale, extend your arms up overhead. And arms by your side as you exhale. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, fold forward. Lengthen spine, breath in. This time, bring your hands to the floor and step back into a high plank. Top of the push-up, just hold here. So remember, anytime you find yourself in plank, you're more than welcome to do it from your knees instead of your toes. Especially if you feel things starting to sag down to the floor, just bring your knees down so that you're able to lift away from the ground instead. Now wherever you are, one breath in. As you exhale, lower all the way down to your belly, right down to the floor. You do 3 baby cobras here. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your head, just the strength of your back. And then exhale, lower back down. Keep the tops of the feet pressing. Again, inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, back down. One more time. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, back down. Lead with your hips to press back to down dog. About 5 breaths here. So, let's check out your hands for a minute. Hands are quite wide on your mat, and the fingers are really spread wide. I'll give you a better grip and better press into the floor. And your feet are about 2 fists distance in between your big toes. That's about the distance of your hips. Your toes are turned inward just a tiny bit more than your heels. And your heels are pressing towards the floor. They may or may not touch the ground, it really doesn't matter. They're just going down in that general direction. One more breath in here. One more breath out. Now from here, inhale and try to lift your heels up away from the floor as far as they'll go. Then bend your knees and send your hips back like you're going to pounce on something. And then step or hop forward to the front of your mat into your forward fold with your head down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, shoulders back, chest up. Exhale, fold forward to release. Root to rise, come all the way up, reach your arms up overhead, maybe even look up. And bring your arms by your side as you exhale. Inhale, sweep arms up again. Exhale, fold forward, let your head relax on the bottom. Inhale, lengthen your spine about halfway. And just step back into your high plank pose here. All right, now there's lots of different variations of your vinyasa, of your flow you could take. So if you have something else in your practice, feel free to do that. We're going to stay for a breath in. As you exhale, you might hold plank. You might come down halfway, chaturanga, or you might come down to your belly like we did before. With your inhale, it's your back bend. So it could be a baby cobra, could be an upward facing dog. Good. All right, so as you exhale, you decide. Hold plank, halfway, chaturanga, all the way down. Inhale into your back bend. Could be a baby cobra, could be an upward facing dog. Exhale, hips pull you back to down dog. Good. All right, just check back in with your hand placement and your foot placement again. And when you're pretty happy with that, let your head relax. Let the back of the neck be really soft. You can even give your head a little shake just to let go of any tension in your neck. Your eyes are soft, jaws soft here. And inhale, lift your heels up high. Bend your knees, look forward where your feet are going to go. Then step or hop to the front of your mat into the forward fold. Lengthen spine, breath in. Fold, breath out. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead. And arms by your side as you exhale. Bring your feet together. Big toe mats touch. Heels just a little bit apart. And find Utkatasana, chair pose. Lower your hips down. Reach your arms up. Okay, shift the weight back into your heels a little bit. Lower your hips a little bit. And then lift your heart a little bit. You got it. Full breath in. Fold forward as you exhale, relax your head. Inhale, lengthen the spine about halfway. Just step back into your plank, exhale. Hold for one breath in. As you exhale, you choose. Hold plank, come halfway down, chaturanga, down to your belly, exhale. Inhale to your back bend, baby cobra, maybe up dog. Exhale, down dog. Warrior one. Right foot steps forward, back heel comes to the floor. Inhale, extend your arms up overhead. Good, so make sure that back heel is really pressing into the floor. Straight, strong back leg. And a low lunge in that front leg. And one big breath in, reach up. Hands to the floor, step back into your high plank, and again, you decide. Maybe you just stay right here for breath. Maybe you come halfway. Maybe you go down to your belly. Inhale, back bend. Baby cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Okay, warrior one, other side. Left foot's coming forward this time, back heel to the floor. Inhale, come on up. So just make sure your feet are more onto train tracks than one straight line. It'll be easier to get that strength in the back leg, easier to bend through the front hip. So imagine your legs are on ski tracks instead of a balance beat. Okay, one more big breath in here. Hands come down, step back, and then this time lower down right away. Inhale to your back bend, baby cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe right here. Relax your head, your eyes, your jaw. Take a breath in, lift your heels up. Bend your knees, look where you're going. Step or hop to the front of your mat. Lengthen spine, breath in. Fold, breath out. Utkatasana, chair pose, hips down, arms reach up. Hips down a little bit more and back. Shift the weight more into your heels. And then reach a little higher. Full breath in. Stand up, arms by your side. Just take a breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Come up about halfway, lengthen. And this time, just step back into your downward facing dog. Plant your hands, step your feet back, and also send your hips back. We're going to come into Mule Pose. So lift your right leg straight back behind you, and then bend your right knee. Bring your heel in towards your back. Lift your right knee high to the sky, as high as it'll go. At the same time, press your left heel to the floor. So there's a little bit of opposition here. The right knee's lifting, left heel's pressing. Take another big breath in. And bring that foot back down to the floor. Inhale, come forward into your high plank. Moving into a side plank. Right hand's gonna stay on the floor, left arm's gonna reach up. So again, you could bring that bottom knee down to the floor for a little bit more support. You could keep both legs straight for an added challenge. Or like we did before, you could lift your top leg up if you want. Now you can lift your top leg up with your knees down too. For 5, 4, still breathing, 3, 2, find your high plank, and then down dog, hips lift up. All right, right foot steps forward. This time, warrior 2. The lower back heel down. Inhale, open your body up to the side wall. Good. All right, straighten your front knee. And come into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Pass the line, is that okay? That's okay. All right, so facing this way. Your right toe is forward, both legs straight. Reach as far forward as you possibly can. Right hand comes down, left arm comes up. Okay, so even if it touches that shin, you're not taking any weight into the shin. You're barely touching, it's just for decoration here. Okay, press into your back leg a little bit more. Try to lengthen through your front leg a little bit more. And then open your chest towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale, come on up. Now wiggle that front foot forward just a couple more scooches if you can. And then bend your front knee. Come into side angle this time. You can bring your right forearm down to your thigh. This time, left arm reaches forward towards the front of the room. Good. Press into your back leg again. Try not to lean into that arm, into that shoulder. Again, it's just decoration. You could even drop the hand towards the floor, just to make sure you're not actually taking any weight into it. All right, lunge a little deeper. One more breath here. Now, inhale, come on back up to warrior 2. Just straighten your knee and give your arms a little break. We're gonna come into Ardha Chandrasana is a balancing pose. And just watch first. You're gonna look forward, about a foot forward from your toes. You're gonna lean into it so that I shift all the way down to my front foot. Now my back foot lightly lifts. You can bring your fingertips lightly to the floor to help you balance. It's easier said than done, but we're gonna get it done. All right, warrior 2. Look where your hand's gonna go. Start to reach down to that spot. Shift the weight onto your front foot until eventually that back leg floats up off the floor. It's kind of an open star shape. Good, you got it. Give it a go. 5, keep breathing. 4, if you fall over, don't worry about it. Just make your way back into it. You gotta have a little fun too. 3, 2, land softly back into warrior 2, or not so softly is okay. Bring your hands down to the floor. Step back into downward facing dog, and then find child's pose. Bring your knees down, hips down, head down. And take a breath or 2 here, just to give everything a little break and slow your breath down. So the good news is we get to do that on the other side, but you know where you're going now. So inhale, come up to table. Exhale to downward facing dog, hips up and back. We're gonna start with that mule pose. Lift your left leg straight up, bend your knee, bring your heel in towards your bum, and then you're opening those hips so the inner knee lifts up, kind of like a dog going pee-pee on a fire hydrant. You want to lift it up. And press your right heel down, a little bit of opposition here. Take another breath in. And bring your foot back to the floor as you exhale. Into your high plank. Inhale, come forward. Side plank to the left. Roll onto your left hand, right arm up. So remember all those variations. Your bottom knee could come down to support you. You could keep both legs straight. You could lift your top leg up. Definitely breathing for 5. 4, keep your hips lifting wherever you are. 3, 2, come back to your high plank, and then right back to down dog. Lift your hips up and back. Okay. Warrior 2, left foot steps forward, back heel comes down, inhale, come on up, and open. Other side wall this time, facing the other way. Straighten your front knee. Okay, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Reach as far forward with your left hand that you can possibly get. Left hand's going down, right arm's going up. So for Trikonasana, both of your legs are straight and really engaged, really tight through the thighs here. And then open the center of your chest up towards the ceiling. Rotate it up. Good, you got it. One more breath here. Now keep your legs engaged. As you inhale, come on back up. Just give your arms a little break. You can bring the arms down. Scoot your front foot forward a couple more scooches. Get a little wider. Bend through your front knee. Extend your arms out. Side angle, reaching far forward again. Left arm down, right arm comes up overhead. So you're making kind of a diagonal line from your fingertips all the way down your arm, your armpit, your body, your hip, right down to your leg. And remember, try not to just hang out here in that shoulder, or maybe even extend the arm down. And take another full breath here. As you inhale, come on back up. Just straighten your knee for a minute, release your arms. Now, we're going into that funny balancing pose, right? So, you're gonna kind of look a foot forward from your foot and just off to the left side to help you balance. And then when you're ready, come back to your warrior 2. Look where you're gonna land your hands. Start to lean into it. Reach for it. And then eventually that back foot will hopefully float up off the floor into this funny star shape. Good, and if you wobble, good. If you fall over, excellent. Look, I'm falling over too today. Go for 5, still breathing. Just, slowly, carefully make your way back in. 3, 2. Try to land softly into your warrior 2. One breath in here. Bring your hands down to the floor, step back into down dog, and then find your child's pose again. Knees down, hips down, head down. Just a breath or 2 here, just to kind of reset. Don't worry about what happened earlier or what's yet to come. Just breathe, just relax, just take a little mini break. Enjoy the stillness, the softness. Enjoy your breath. We don't often get time in our busy schedules to stop doing things and just be still, but it's so important. And it's so important to find that connection with your own body. We're online, we're on the computers, we're on our phone, we're external from our body all day long. So this hour that you have to be with you, with yourself, is vitally important. And I'm so glad you're here doing that. Take a breath in, come up to table, and a breath out back to down dog. Now your right leg's gonna come straight up and back this time into 3-legged dog. So for 3-legged dog, the hips are really square and both legs stay straight. Now take a deep breath in. And step that foot forward to warrior 1. Foot between your hands, back heel comes down. Inhale, reach your arms straight up this time. All right, remember, a little bit scattered in the feet, so it's easier to balance. Now, we're gonna bring the arms back, little airplane wings, and hinge the body forward slightly. Now notice when I come forward, my spine's not rounding forward. I'm still really nice and long here. All right, move with the breath a little bit. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, back to your airplane. Do that again. Inhale up. Exhale, airplane. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, this one's a little different. Inhale, reach up. Now into warrior 3. Shift the weight forward onto your front foot. This time you're coming into an airplane kind of pose.
Your hips are more level, your chest is square to the floor here, or just on one foot. Breathe. 5, 4, try to straighten both legs. 3, keep your chest lifted. 2, now just go back into your rag doll. Bring your foot down, arms down, head down. Hold on to your elbows. Let's take a couple of breaths here. And one more breath in. One last breath out. Bring your hands to the floor, step back into down dog. And on this side, your left foot's gonna lift straight back. Three-legged dog is squared off. Hips square, legs straight, heads relaxed. Take a breath in. Warrior 1. Step your foot forward, back heel comes down. Inhale, reach up. All right, nice little wide stance. Back leg straight, front legs bent. Then come forward with the body, arms back. And move with your breath again. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward. Again, breath in. Breath out. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, this last one's our transition. Inhale, reach up. Now warrior 3. Shift the weight forward. Back leg straight. So you're coming into a tabletop or an airplane position. For 5, keep breathing. 4, try to straighten your legs. 3, a little lift of the chest. 2, forward fold. Foot down, head down. Relax everything down. Take 2 or 3 deep breaths here. Bring your hands to the floor, step back into your high plank. Did we do the side plank on the left? I don't think we did we? I missed something. It's okay. Come down onto your belly for a second, all the way down. We'll pretend that I did it. All right, I'm going to start with just a little rest. So bring your left ear to mat, look to the right. Arms alongside your body, palms up. And bring your big toes to touch. And just let your heels flop apart. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths here. This is like a little mini break, a little mini rest. Just let the weight of your body drop down. Bring your chin or your forehead to the floor. Keep your arms where they are, just turn the palms to face down. Press the tops of the feet into the floor, really engage the legs. And just a little tuck of your tail to tighten the belly and lengthen the lower back. Now as you inhale, lift everything up at once. Arms up, chest up, legs up. So you're floating off of the floor. Take a big breath in. And just barely touch the floor again as you exhale. We're coming right back up. Inhale, lift up again. Exhale, lower down. Again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Lift up. Lower down. Last one to hold. Inhale, lift up. Now get a little longer. Reach through the fingers, reach through the toes, reach through the top of the head. Lift up a little higher. Ribs up, thighs up, arms up. And then squeeze everything together. Legs together, shoulders together, belly together. And then come on down. Opposite ear to the floor. Take a few breaths here. Let your hips have a little wiggle side to side. Or you could bend your knees and swish your legs back and forth a couple of times, like windshield washers. Wipers. You know what I mean. And then press yourself back into Balasana, child's pose. Now this time with your knees together, feet together,
Hands back towards your feet. Now again, if your forehead doesn't come to the floor in this position, bring a hand under your forehead or two hands if you need. Just follow a few deep breaths into your lower back. If there's any compression or tightness there, try to breathe into your back. Slowly come on back up. Come to a seated position with your legs out in front of you for Paschimottanasana, forward fold. All right. So a little bit of action with the legs. Press out through the heels, toes towards your nose. Try to sit up as tall as you possibly can. Take a breath in, reach up. And then reach as far forward as you can, and eventually you can't go any further, so you let the hands come down and hold on to whatever you can. Your feet, your ankles, your shins, whatever you can get a hold of here. And you want to keep a little bit of action with the feet, so feet flexed, legs are firm. And try to let the head be a little softer, especially your eyes and your neck. Even your shoulders can be a little bit more relaxed here. And you're just going to hang out right here. Take a few deep breaths. Just very mindfully noticing the breath as it comes into the body. Noticing the breath as it moves out. And notice how when you inhale, you might feel a bit of expansion, a bit of opening happening in the body somewhere. With the exhales, a little bit more softening, a little bit more release somewhere in your body. As you inhale, come back up with a nice long spine. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor, bring your fingers behind you, fingers face in, same direction as your toes. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest up, and then lift your hips up. The wall's right behind me there. Good. And you can look straight ahead if it's comfortable on your head. You can let your head go back. I have a wall in my way here. And then try to lift your hips up a little bit higher. That's it. And lift your chest up a little bit higher. Good. Take another deep breath in. And bring your hips back down. Come into Navasana, boat pose. Hold on to the back of your legs. Lean back, but pull the lower back away from the floor. And lean back a little bit more until your feet float up. And you're welcome to stay here, or you can reach your arms forward. For more challenge, straighten the legs. Keep the lower back moving away from the floor though. Chest is lifted. For 5, keep breathing. 4, relax your face. You can smile. 3, 2, and bring your legs down. I'm going to do a wide-legged forward fold. So bring your legs apart. Flex your feet again. Nice, strong, firm legs. Just bring your hands alongside your hips to lift up out of the waist. Get as long, as tall as you can. Now, you might just choose to stay like this. This is a lot of work already. And if you're feeling a little bit more flexy today, you could start to walk the hands forward and bring your body forward as well. Now just keep an eye on your toes. Toes like to do funny things. They like to either roll in or maybe roll out. But try to keep the toes straight up towards the ceiling. That'll keep your hips in a nice safe place. And then again, a little bit of action stays in the legs. And try to let your head be softer, your eyes and your jaw soft. And just take a few breaths here.
in, lengthen the spine to come back up. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the B variation of this pose, and it's kind of fun. Just keep your head tucked in a little bit in case you roll. What you're going to try to do is lift your legs up, hold on to whatever you can. Like Navasana, like the boat pose we just did, but your legs are apart. You're going to hold on to your feet, your ankles, your shins, the back of your thighs, whatever you can get to. So it looks something like this. You're going to lift up and hold on. Go for it. See what happens. Oh yeah, here you go. And if you decide to roll back by accident, just tuck your chin so you don't whack your head. All right, try to lengthen the spine now. Sit right up tall for 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and then come on down. Good. That one's hard. You got it though. All right, come all the way onto your back. You lie right back. Feet towards me, head towards the back wall. Just bring your knees in towards your belly for a minute, give them a little squeeze here. You can rock a little bit from side to side and make little circles. And just keep in mind that yoga is not very serious. We take it seriously sometimes, but it's good to goof around, try something new, be a little silly, be a little awkward. It's kind of how we learn new things. So, you know, when we try stuff like that, it's weird. Don't worry about it. It's weird for everyone. You're not alone. It was weird for me when I learned it too. We're going to come into bridge pose. So bring your feet to the floor, close in towards your bum. Have your feet about hips distance apart. Turn your toes in a little bit. And then a little robot arms. So the elbows are bent. Elbows are close in towards your ribs, but on the floor. And then your head's going to stay neutral, so just keep looking straight up and lift your hips up away from the floor. And you press your elbows, press your shoulders down to puff your chest up. And press into your feet to lift your hips up. Take a few deep breaths here. Don't turn your head. Look straight up. As you exhale, slowly lower the hips back down, but we're going to come right back up. Inhale, press down to lift up. Exhale, slowly lower. Again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift up, pause right here. Again, press down to lift your chest up. Press down to lift your hips up. Take one more deep breath in. And then lower the hips back down to the floor. Bring your knees back in towards your belly. Give them another little hug here. And come into a supine twist. Bring your knees over to the left, so your knees kind of stack on top of each other. Open your right arm out from your shoulder on the floor. And try to snuggle your right shoulder down towards the floor as best you can. And then looking in a comfortable direction. So maybe for you, that head stays neutral. You could turn your head to the right. That's an extension of the twist. You could turn your head to the left, and that'll give your neck and your shoulder a nice stretch. So whatever works for you here, for a few deep breaths. And now we're kind of winding down, so we're kind of coming to the end. And so you really don't have to do a whole lot of work here. Try to make this as soft and as relaxed as possible. Let gravity take over and do the work instead of your muscles. Slowly bring your knees back to center, right over to the second side. You can lift, open your left arm out, and turn your head in a comfortable direction for you.
really soft, really relaxed, minimal muscle effort. Deep breathing in and out of your nose. Becoming more and more aware of the breath. Where the breath moves in, how it travels down, and where the breath moves out. From the bottom, up and out. Come on, back to center again. Give your knees one last squeeze in towards your belly. If there's any last little wiggles or stretches or squeezes you want to sneak in before Shavasana, go for it. When you're ready, set yourself up for your final position. It's basically just lying flat on your back. Now, it's cold in the studio, so I highly recommend putting a sweater on or socks if you have them, or another layer of clothing to stay warm while you're still. And take a couple minutes to set yourself up in a comfortable way. Make those adjustments to your clothes so you don't have to touch them after, and your flesh, wiggle around so that you're really comfortable. And that way, when you're ready to find stillness, be really, truly stillness. You can let your feet come about mat's distance apart. And just let your toes flop open. Just let the legs relax. Do a little tuck of the tail to lengthen your lower back. And kind of wiggle one shoulder blade underneath you and down away from your ear, and then the other shoulder blade. And bring your hands away from your hips, a good foot, maybe a foot and a half, so that the fingers curl up and the palms open to the sky. Just do a little tuck of your chin to lengthen the back of your neck here. Head's really neutral, straight. Let your eyes close, or at least keep the gaze lowered. And like I mentioned, just take a moment and find stillness. Resisting the urges to wipe or wiggle or scratch. Just see how still you can be for just a few minutes. Let the breath come back to normal. Let it be completely natural. Without any restrictions or restraint to the breath. Be soft, just gentle. You can let your mind be soft here as well. Now, thoughts might roll through, and that's okay. They're going to sometimes. You don't have to push the thoughts out, nor do you have to hold on to them. If you notice a thought come up, just acknowledge it as simply that. Oh, there's a thought, and then let it go. Kind of like an ocean wave. You just watch it roll in and watch it roll out, without any attachment to it at all. It's just a thought.
exactly as you are right now. Noticing your breath again. Noticing each breath in and each breath out. And start to allow those breaths to deepen. Deeper breaths in and emptier breaths out. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Allow your wrists and your ankles to move. Maybe your head moves from side to side. When you're ready, you can reach your arms up overhead and find a full body stretch from your fingers to your toes. Rolling over onto your right side into fetal pose. Just pause there for a moment. And bring your knees in towards your belly. Just use your right arm as a pillow. Just taking a moment here to think about something that you are thankful for today. Could be anything at all. Also taking a moment here to think about someone that you are thankful for. It could be anybody at all. With the help of your hands, press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. If you'd like, join your hands to your heart. Sitting up a little bit taller here. We'll take a last deep breath in together. And sigh it out. With your hands at your heart, thank your body for your practice. Bring your thumbs to your lips and thank your breath. Bring your thumbs up to your third eye, just in between your eyebrows, and thank your mind. And may my light shine with your light. Namaste. Namaste to your neighbors. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I'll be back Monday at 7:30.